mail used to be our only form of communication until somewhat recently. Then it also became a bit of a hobby, sending and collecting postcards. And because Victoria was a favorite tourist destination, this city churned out hundreds of postcards. Veronica Cooper takes a look at these fascinating pieces of the past.
I wrote a history of the English language when I was about 14. It was rubbish, but it was fun.
Nick Russell is a passionate historian.
I'm a pack rat. I've collected everything that wasn't bolted down most of my life. And I started with postcards when I was a kid. One of my favorite postcards, picture of a mailman delivering the post. I wrote a book about postcards because I was intrigued by what's changed in the 100 years or so since the postcards were made. So I've tried to find exactly where the photographer stood. Broad Street, you can't even see that view anymore. It's blocked by the Bay Centre.
Called Victoria Then and Now, Russell returned to the site of each postcard and took a fresh photo to compare the past with the present.
And of course, if there was writing on the cards, research the people who wrote them and the messages, some of which are fascinating. So there's some charming family anecdotes in there. I'm coming up to visit. I'll be there on the 5 o'clock train today.
Russell was understandably proud of his collection.
At least I thought it was good until I got into the archives and saw what the really good ones are. This is an album of photographs by Howard Chapman. I haven't counted, but there are probably 400 in here. Look at that. They're absolutely historic. Those are lovely. Really valuable. Somebody should make a book of all of Howard Chapman's photography.
A century ago, one could make a living as a postcard photographer.
Right before the First War was the real flowering of postcards. The economy was good. There was a lot of tourism going on. We've got tourist boats coming in from Seattle and Vancouver. So people are looking for pictures to take back with them. Few people had their own cameras, so they bought postcards to send to friends. They bought them for their own souvenirs. And then businesses realized this was a great opportunity for advertising. It only cost a cent, 1 cent to mail, so they could produce all sorts of advertising material as well. Just gorgeous color and beautiful photographs.
The BC Archives has thousands of postcards in its collection.
And they look after it very well and guard it carefully.
Spoken like a true historian, taking care to preserve the past and share it in the future.
I guess you've got to care about something. It keeps you off the streets.
Except when you're taking photographs.
Well, that's true, right.
This Week in History, brought to you by the Royal BC Museum, bringing British Columbia's stories together.